Americans already solved the burger, Germans already solved the sausage. Naturally, somebody had to come along, ignore both solutions, and combine them. Today we're taking the seasoning profile of a traditional German bratwurst, turn that into a burger, and then borrow an American smash burger technique to create something that will probably offend everyone equally. Americans will complain that this isn't a real burger, Germans will complain that this isn't a real bratwurst. That's how you know that we're on the right track. Und los! Today's recipe starts with ground pork containing at least 20% fat. We also need a few spices, namely salt, pepper, marjoram, allspice, mace, and a little bit of garlic powder. You can use a clove of fresh garlic instead and just crush that in. This is essentially a bratwurst filling. We simply skip the casing and keep the good part. Combine everything in a bowl. You mix this until the spices are evenly distributed. Of course, the best tool for that is your hand. And with a little bit of protection, you don't even need to wash them afterwards. Just properly combine this, knead it through. You will feel this combination will get a little bit sticky. Traditional sausage recipes usually come per kilogram of meat, and this one is no exception. You will see that down in the description. Now here's a quick tip to make burger patties for a smash burger. I would call that pre-smashed. Use a little bit of parchment. Take about a quarter pound of meat. And then just squeeze. See, you can turn and squeeze a little more. And there's your already smashed burger patty ready for the griddle. A tortilla press is ideal for smash burgers because the smashing is already taken care of. Set aside and let's work on the condiments. Next, we make a miso mayonnaise. Of course, we could just use standard mayonnaise and mix some miso in, but it wouldn't be the same. Into a tall mixing vessel, an egg, salt, miso paste, a little bit of mustard. Of course, I'm using homemade. If you want to see that recipe, it's up here. A spritz of lemon juice, about a teaspoon of water, and a neutral oil. This is canola oil. Always add the oil last. So when you look into this, what you see is the oil on top and everything else on the bottom. That's what you want. A dash of extra virgin olive oil for some flavor. We are using the classic from the bottom up immersion blender trick because that gives you a mayo in no time. And now put your stick blender all the way in the bottom and start blending. After a few seconds, start pulling up slowly. And there you have it. An excellent fresh mayonnaise that tastes nothing like the stuff from a jar. Now for the curry ketchup. I'm using standard off-the-shelf ketchup. Of course you could make your own, but I think that's a little bit over the top today. 2 teaspoons of curry powder. Really you can do this to taste, but start with a teaspoon and work your way up. Sweet paprika powder. A drop or 2 of Worcestershire sauce, maybe 3. And a sweetener of choice. You could use honey, you could use agave syrup, or you simply use a regular syrup as I do, or just plain brown sugar will actually do the trick too. Since store-bought ketchup is already quite sweet, don't go overboard, sample before you add more. And now it boils down to mixing. For my taste, I'll add another spoon of curry powder. See, this wasn't so hard. Takes less time than grabbing that fancy burger sauce from the fridge. And there we go, 2 unusual condiments people will be asking you about. Of course, cabbage is a must in a German burger. If you happen to have red cabbage sauerkraut, that would be the optimal companion. I'm out and it's way too warm to start lacto-fermenting more. A quick red cabbage salad will work beautifully. I was contemplating making some pretzel buns, and if you want to see an episode about that, let me know in the comments. But then a regular store-bought burger bun is just fine for this recipe. I'm using a brioche simply because I like them the best. Place your bratwurst patty onto a very hot flat surface. Cast iron is the material of choice here, followed by carbon steel and then stainless. Please don't use non-stick. It's not only non-stick, it's also non-crust. And here goes our patty. Press down firmly, you want good contact. It's already flat, so no need to flatten it any further. Once a deep crest forms, flip. Now top with a cheese of choice. A Fontina or a Swiss would be good. Of course, you don't have to use cheese, but if you do, use a good one. I quickly cover this for the cheese to melt. Extract and quickly roast your bun. Time to assemble. Start with the mayonnaise. Nice layer on the bottom. And a leaf of lettuce on top. You have an oily layer and essentially what is a tarp. This will prevent moisture from soaking your lower bun. Now add some of your red cabbage or red sauerkraut, whichever you're using. And see, this is why we made it so big. Now it just fits the bun perfectly. You could add some pickles or pickled red onions or whatever else you like. Maybe a slice of tomato would be good. I'm more of a purist of things, so I just leave it like this. And I'm gonna put an ample amount of the ketchup on the top of the bun. And maybe for good measure, some on here. And then stack this together. Now, admire your accomplishment. At this point, many Americans will abandon centuries of good judgment and add a second patty. Feel free to do so if you must. Germans generally prefer to taste their food and not stack it into a construction project. Let's see if this ridiculous idea actually works. What do you know? It looks good. It also tastes good. Only slightly messy to eat. Of course, this is not a replacement for a good bratwurst, but I'm perfectly happy to invite this one to the next grill party.